We'll break things down further with NBC's senior Washington correspondent, Hallie Jackson, and our man at the board, national political correspondent, Steve Kornacki. Guys, good morning. It was a late night for y'all. Let's look at Nikki Haley's results. She won Vermont. That's her bright spot. It is a very dim bright spot in an otherwise sea of red. What do you take away from these numbers?
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, we'll show you Vermont here. This was Haley's lone primary win here. It is a small state, as we know. Look at that, about 70,000 votes coming out of Vermont. So she gets to tout that she got a win, but those numbers are just dwarfed by what you see elsewhere on this map. I'll give you a good example here, though. What the Haley folks, I think, were hoping for was a state like Virginia last night, because if you look at Virginia, you got those big population-dense Northern Virginia suburbs outside of D.C. You got big suburbs outside of Richmond. She's been doing so well in the suburbs, and I think if she'd been performing like she did early in New Hampshire and South Carolina, this is the kind of state she could have put in play last night. And what ended up happening was, you see, she gets 35%, loses by 28 points, and it seems like it raises the question here, after South Carolina, as this thing expanded to multiple states on the same day, was there a bit of an energy that was behind her earlier that kind of went away here? Were there some Republicans who said, okay, I was open to Haley, but it's time to circle the wagons with Trump? Were there fewer independents and Democrats crossing over? Those are some of the questions that are raised here. But yes, she does, in a state like Virginia, still get 35%. There's a few other states, Colorado on here. She got a third of the vote. And, as we say, overall, she'll end up winning 2 primaries in this. And she will be able to say that she did get a fairly significant number of votes, obviously dwarfed by Trump.
Well, this brings us to Hallie, because that 35%, 40% in New Hampshire, whatever, there's a sliver of the Republican primary electorate that didn't want to vote for someone named Trump.
It's not zero.
Now, right. So do they go back, back to the well with Trump, or do they present an opportunity for Joe Biden?
So there's a couple of pieces to that, right? Because you look at this number, 35%, that Steve has pointed out here, based on the exit polls, roughly half that may be support for President Biden, right? Some of these Democrats or more Democrat-leaning independents who crossed over and voted for Nikki Haley, they might not go for her in a general election, given that it looks like it's going to be Donald Trump versus Joe Biden here. The Haley campaign, I think, will be looking to see what is Donald Trump going to do to try to win over that slice of the Republican Party. And it's a question that I asked a bunch of Republican officials just over the course of the last 12 hours here. Can Nikki Haley come back? Can her voters come back into that MAGA fold, if you will? Is Donald Trump going to put out any of those olive branches to them? For President Biden, maybe an opportunity here to pick off at least some of those voters. Remember, he only needs some. This is probably not going to be a blowout election based on where the numbers are. We're talking the tiniest of margins, so that's why this matters.
Well, and you know this better than anyone, Steve. The primary electorate, people who show up to vote in a primary, is very different than those who show up to vote in a general election. So what can you learn and what should you not overlearn from a night like last night?
Yeah, it is. They can be red herrings. And in fact, what I think the biggest lesson, it is very counterintuitive, but I think the biggest lesson to emerge from these Republican primaries and Haley supporting it is about how motivated a core of the Democratic Party base is, because in so many of these states, Democrats and independents could come in and vote. And as Hallie was saying, there's a lot of evidence they did in pretty big numbers here, especially in the suburbs. And if Joe Biden's going to have a chance to knock off Trump this November, it's going to be in the suburbs of the swing states. And I think what you saw is a very motivated anti-Trump Democratic base vote that looked at this Republican primary in a lot of states, had a chance to go vote based on the rules, and said, I want to go out there and vote against Donald Trump. Those voters, that speaks to an energy in those suburbs for Democrats that, under certain circumstances this fall, could be a turnout advantage for them.
It's interesting. Trump brings the energy out in both parties. Exactly. We'll see how it all plays as we go along here. Hallie and Steve, thank you. Big nap for both of you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.